welcome to episode 50 of Oakland Athletics franchise rebuild here on MLB The Show. Each episode is a lot of fun recording it and a lot of fun pretty much every episode, maybe the last three or four, but soon I think we'll probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 seasons, kind of see how things progress. But division, I mean, we're tied for first, but it says here that we're second because we have one less win. But things are going well. We've developed them. And now is the day where we get to add to it. So I think it's been about 4 or 5 days since we've done some Oakland rebuild. And just to kind of reiterate, last episode we did the minor league showcase. So we hopped down into Double and Triple A, played with some of our rising stars, some of our prospects that we're excited to see hopefully, come up and be starters and make an impact in the league. And now it's time to pick the next round of those young rookies. So we also updated the trade block, and I was kind of vicious about it. I mean, if we're honest about it, let's see who we got. So we added Kyle Harrison. Now, Kyle Harrison, we just picked up in this year's free agency pool. We signed him to a big contract for us. I mean, for the A's, $25 million a year is a lot. He's only 27 years old, and he's already regressing heavily. I think a lot of that has to do with the number of home runs that he's giving up. At home, our new home stadium is very hitter-friendly. And if you look here, last year at 197 innings, he had only given up 24 home runs, and already in less than 100 innings, he's given up 19. So the WHIP is high, the ERA is up, but some of our other starting pitchers are not pitching that poorly. So, for $25 million, we expected a lot out of him. And he's also regressing right off the rip, which is concerning. So we put him on the trade block. Will we trade him? Likely not. It would be very uncharacteristic of a MLB team to sign someone to that big of a deal and then immediately trade them away halfway through the season. That said, we are operating on a pretty thin budget, and with the addition of players like Yordan Alvarez, who are soaking up, in the ballpark of $40 million a year, having someone pitch with a 5 ERA or, close to a 5 ERA and close to a 1.5 WHIP with a losing record who is regressing, we really can't have that. So we will shop him. Again, I don't think we'll trade him just because that really kind of knocks it out of the realm of realism for the rebuild. But we're at least going to shop him and see maybe what kind of package we could get. We also have Trevor Stefan, who, he's regressing very heavily. He's not pitching well, so he's on the block. Newton St. Aud, he's now 27. His potential has gone down. His overall has gone down. And he's not even performing particularly well in the minors. So we'll shop him. Maybe he can turn around in another franchise. And then Bak Ho Kane, who is progressing. He's a fine player, but pretty soon we're going to lose any sort of value from him. He could make an impact on another team, and so we have added him as well. So that's who we're shopping. We're going to see what we could get. I'm sure we'll get some trade offers. But that said, let's get to the draft. We'll do the draft. We might have someone in the All-Star game. I'm not sure. Probably Yordan, so we might have that to play. And then we'll probably play a game or two to wrap it up, as well as signing our draft picks, and of course, potentially negotiating some trades. So with that said, I think we just go ahead and get to the draft. So let's go ahead and sim to draft day. It's only 5 days away. We start off with winning the series against San Diego, and James Karinchak is off to the Nationals from the Mets. So, okay. All-Star Futures game. So we'll get to see which one of our team or which one of our players in the minor leagues has become all-stars. We'll do that after the draft. And here we are, the 2029 first-year player draft. Let's do it. So we were, the last couple years, we have a lot of depth in our farm system, so we've been targeting mostly, just positions of need, positions where we need some depth. And we've had some success in that area. This year we were targeting catchers, outfielders, and then we went to go see some relief pitchers, and I think we found some really good ones in some positions that we might be able to get. So, for example, J.J. Morales, he looks like he could be pretty good, high velocity, high hit per nine, high strikeout per nine, decent walk per nine. So, we don't have him scouted all the way, but he's definitely going to be in the queue. He's going to be up on the board. Bucky Christian looks ridiculous. Looks absolutely ridiculous. Now, he did drop. We had him originally at 29th. He dropped to 47 after a week of scouting, so that would lead me to believe that he is probably going to fall in that like B to high C potential mark, but he looks really insane. He has a great fastball, a great slider, and a pretty good cutter, huge velo, and hit per nine, K per nine, like literally everything looks awesome. So even though we didn't necessarily target relief pitchers, it wasn't a goal that we set out for. We found two potentially really good ones that are both 18 years old. So we will definitely consider them. Outside of that, let's see, we had catchers. Most of these guys looked pretty good, so we'll just slap them up on the board and sort them later. And then we also looked at, okay. Oh yeah, this was a discovered player. He looked pretty decent as well. And then fielders, we have, again, some good options. We will just throw them up on the board and sort them as we go. Oh my God, 3 injured players. So that might play a big impact. This guy is crazy fast. We know we see potential. Not much of a bat, but I mean, he fell all the way from 37 to 104. So, he's not elite. But if we can get him, maybe he falls to the 4th or 5th round, then, maybe we reach down and snag him. And then right fielders, I don't think there was anyone crazy here. I don't think there was any like really big standouts. Honestly, those relief pitchers, I think, were the biggest kind of shock and awe kind of guys where you look at them and you just go like, this has to be someone that I at least consider. Okay, so we have that. And then now we will just reorder based off of where we have them ranked. So this shouldn't take too long. 89th, 118th, 127. 43rd, 46th. And really none of these are true positions of need for us. Like if we're honest about it, really no position is a position of need. We're just looking for organizational depth for the future. But we do have some good options. The problem is, most of these guys we're not going to be able to get most of them because they're just not going to fall to us. After winning the World Series last year, we pick, very low. All right, that's probably good enough. Let's go to the draft and get this thing started. All right, who had the number 1 pick this year? The Minnesota Twins. And they go with the starting pitcher. No surprise there. Starting pitchers are often very highly sought after. Chuck Dixon, a closing pitcher. And the Mets go with a starting pitcher. No shocker there. All right, so pitchers across the board. And while the rest of the picks come in, I'll finish organizing our draft class here. It's funny, I think last draft we had my son actually decide to pick, and he actually managed to pick a pretty good one. He's not here, he's at his mom's right now. But if you happen to be watching as a viewer and you really feel like we should go after a guy based off what you see, by all means let me know. Happy to take advice. I think it's so weird, like looking, like why is this guy, why do we have him at 20th? Like he has decent contact skills, has decent defense, and really good speed, but like, do we really trust the scouts that he's 20th? And it sucks that you have to go one by one, but like if I try and skip, then it swaps them. I don't know. The reordering could be better. There should be some sort of way where you can just sort by draft order or something like that. That is one thing that Madden got really good this year, was the ability to sort through prospects in the NFL draft, and Madden has gotten so much better than years past. So hopefully next year in MLB The Show, they'll try to mimic that. And I think we're pretty close. Yeah, this is relative order. So at the top of our board, Edmundo Gomez. We have him at 20th. Will he fall to 30th? We will see. He looks really good, and speed in the outfield is definitely something we really need. Vieira coming in hot as always. Happy Wednesday, Vieira. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Good to see you. But yeah, MLB The Show really, really values defensive stats over offensive stats, and that's just not the way the MLB works by any stretch of the imagination. Every team's looking for that big bat. 3 were all pitchers, 2 starting pitchers, and a closer. And then the first position player off the board was Fritz James. We had him at 27th. He goes at number 5, and he looks good. He looks warranted for a top 10 pick. Very high contact and on base kind of guy. Not much power, but good enough defense and really good speed. A lot more starting pitchers. No surprise here. I think that was like the first or second draft that we had. It was a run on starting pitchers like I had never seen before. I think there in the entire first round there was maybe 3 position players taken, which worked out really well for us because we ended up getting a number of players, including Deuce Vaughn, who is our starting third baseman. Julian Carmona out of Cuba looks pretty good. He actually looks really good. That could actually be a generational prospect right there. He looks very, very good at number 15. If he is actually generational, that would be quite the drop, quite the fall. Danny Rita has huge power. We've drafted a few of those guys, and like if their contact is too low, we just never end up actually getting to develop their contact rating. So we do have some outfielders that went that we were targeting, a catcher as well. So let's see, who do we have? Vieira, how am I today? I'm good. Had work. I'm a little tired. My work schedule is kind of weird because I work in IT, and so I work with a lot of people, like a lot of technical developers from India. And today, for instance, and I'm all the way in Arizona. And so, like today, my first meeting was at 4 a.m. So I'm up at 3:30. Have that. Go to the gym. Come home. So I'm fine. Just a little tired because I had to wake up so early. But let's see here. So Angelo Remo from Panama is our number one rated prospect. Great defensive abilities. Good enough bat. Obviously not much speed, but it's kind of cool because he can also play first and third, which you don't usually see a catcher play third base, but that would make a lot of sense with a huge arm. Zach Gates, shortstop is a position of need for us. Um, he was a discovered player. He can also play second and third. He has a good bat and decent enough defense as well as speed. But Angelo Ramo, we also could use a future third baseman and a future first baseman as well. So he fills a number of roles for us. So does Zachary Gates. Of course, we can't make trades in the MLB draft. Miguel Rosario from Illinois looks like he could be particularly good. Has pretty high potential, great speed, great defense, but just not as good of a bat. And then, of course, the relief pitchers down here that look phenomenal. But I think the pick is going to be Angelo Ramos. We need a future third. We need a future third baseman. We also need a future first baseman. We also need a future catcher. So he fills a number of roles. His bat isn't spectacular, but I think it's good enough. He also has great defensive stats, so I feel very confident putting him at third or first, even though he lacks a lot of speed. You don't need a lot of speed at first and third or catcher, so I think he fills a number of roles for us. Since Zachary Getz was a discovered player, he's likely to fall down the board, so we still have that option. And the relief pitchers that we really, really like are both projected to go in the 40s, so there's a chance they could fall to us. So Angelo Remo is our guy. We do have, the option for a decent potential there, but you never know for sure. But I feel pretty good about that. And again, we pick 8 picks later for the competitive balance round, so we could still get Gates, we could still get Rosario. But these relief pitchers kind of look disgusting. The problem is we don't pick again for a really long time. Why do we not pick for so long? So we don't pick again until 104. That's 70 picks. Holy cow. You got a few comments when I shared your channel. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that support. You don't have to do that. So, again, just thank you so much. It really means a lot. Do you have any input here? Any ideas? A player that we need, probably. But this relief pitcher, wait, did he just go? Never mind. The relief pitchers are gone. So it needs to be Getz, probably, or Rosario. Or I guess we could go Lou Cruz here. He looks pretty good. He also plays all outfield plus second base. So really any of these players look really good. He has some power, some contact. So better bat, but still good speed. So I think it's got to be Getz or Cruz. Yeah, what do we think? Getz or Cruz? Getz is a shortstop. We need future infielders for sure. Just kind of an average bat, though. Cruz has a better bat, decent defense. I'm thinking Cruz. Any input from the chat? How about you, buddy? Got my dog in here. Wag your tail if you think we should take Cruz. Okay, wag your tail if we think we should get Getz. Okay, it doesn't help because he's just still wagging his tail. I think we're going to go Cruz. Getz was a discovered player, so he could fall. Rosario does look nice, but I'm looking at Cruz here. Has good pop in his bat as well as some decent contact. Good potential, can also play second and outfield. Yep. Cruz it is. All right, so center fielder Lou Cruz. Also that majestic ass beard. Look at that thing. It's flowing. Oh. I didn't realize he was injured. That's a miss on my part. So that could impact things. All right, so we don't pick again until 101. All these guys, when we're in the hundreds, not much is going to look exciting, but actually Marshall, but he has great contact skills and on-base skills. Not great defensively, but has decent enough speed. He just kind of has, his fielding and his arm strength are fine. It's just his arm accuracy is not good, but 134, 164, 190. All right, so 3 more rounds left. And our entire board is gone. So we just kind of have to go fishing now. Just kind of looking for guys that, we're just hoping for the best. Gonna try anyone in here that has like maybe a Buster Stone. Maybe we get lucky and he has, A or B potential. Daryl Thurston could be someone. Jeff Watson, pretty much guaranteed A to B potential. We'll add him to the queue. What else we got? I'm just looking for potential guys. Just guys where at least they have a chance to develop, you know what I'm saying? Harrison Orr may be the brother of Stuart Orr, one of our starting pitchers. That could be something. A storyline. He looks good defensively. Anyone else here? A lot more like defensive-minded players. Michael Green, like some of these guys, they could be something. But ultimately, we are just taking a shot in the dark. All right, let's look at our board. What do we got? Thurston. I think Watson is the play here, right? You got someone with pretty much guaranteed B potential, but possibly A potential. He's at least got speed and defense. Maybe his bat develops. He's 21, which isn't ideal, but, we were looking for outfielders, so he does fit that bill. Let's do it. Jeff Watson from Canada. Okay. Could be a good value pick. We will see. Wow. All our guys are gone. Okay. What else we got here? Really going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel here. We did want to go catcher, but this guy doesn't look like he can hit the baseball to save his life. Potential-wise, I think we're kind of screwed. Anthony Castillo. He is from my home state of Missouri. He looks like he could be relatively well-rounded. Sure, you're the guy. And lastly, who do we think? Just anyone with any sort of potential. Jack Jacobson. He has alliteration in his name, which is kind of fun. We did need a catcher. He looks pretty bad, but we'll shoot our shot. All right, and that's it. I feel like we probably got some relatively good picks in there. I actually feel pretty good about some of those picks down the board, but it looks like Jordan and Jordan Walker are going to be all-stars. I'm sure we're going to have some pitchers in there as well. Let's see. Joe Boyle has a broken nail. Poor baby. He's going to be out for a day or two, but we will keep him active. And here we go. We're starting to get some trade offers. So the Royals want Trevor Stefan. Stefan? I like Stefan. It makes him sound fancier. And they want to give us Elihurst. I hate mispronouncing names because it just feels disrespectful, but a first and third baseman. Decent contact guy, I guess. Some power. 30 years old. He's not batting terribly. $2.5 million contract to take in. I mean, I just wish we had more innings pitched to kind of gauge. Because 14 innings, like one bad inning in there could absolutely tank your stats. But, I mean, giving up 15 hits in 14 innings, at least he's striking people out. His whip is not in a great spot. He's also regressing really heavily. So I don't know how much this... I mean, the problem is adding Montero doesn't help us all that much. Like, he's not going to be on the MLB roster. We have better people for him. And unfortunately, like, I wish there was a way that you could just edit this trade, but there's not. Is there anyone else? The Royals have our former Max Muncy, who's actually, they have him starting, and he's actually playing pretty well. Good for him. I'm glad he found a home. That makes me happy. Do you have any relief pitchers? Maybe like a prospect down here that we could flip? I would take a Sidney Townsend. That would also save us a bunch of money. All right, we'll pass on this trade. We'll keep that in mind as we go on. And we actually do have a player for the home run derby. I'm assuming that's going to be Jordan. It is. 28 home runs this season. So yeah, let's hop in. Man, Mickey Moniak is on a tear. A home run every 10 at-bats is disgusting.
Welcome to the home run
All right, now,
derby.
we've had to do a home run derby one other time in this franchise.
In a single elimination bracket. In each round, the contestants will be given 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible.
I don't know why, but the
Up first, in this
the batting like camera angle is
the
awful.
Minnesota Twins, number 96.
So we have to get used to that, but we will give it our best shot. All right, so let's go to our next at bat. What do we need? We're going first against. Okay, no. So Dalton Varsho hit 15 homers. Okay, 436.
And into the second deck.
Whoa, we were way late on that. It said not used to this camera.
That's
440. Ooh, can we go opposite field? We can.
3 in a row now. That's number 4 in a row.
What stadium is this? Oh, the Phillies?
That is now 5 in a row.
That might be it.
Goodbye. That's into the bullpen.
I think we're going to have to call a timeout here.
Number 10.
All right, so we're going to call a timeout. We only need
5 straight home runs. 30 seconds left. 6 consecutive home runs. Make it 7 in a row.
All right, so we advance to the next round.
And
I am getting a notification that there's poor connection quality. So I don't know if my internet is just crapping out. So I do apologize for that.
Number 36.
Hoping it goes away.
The clock is now running. That one's out of here, off the batter's eye.
We are going to fast forward to the next user bat. Nolan Chanel is who we're facing off against next. And he hit 15. There's one.
That one's gone into the second deck. That
Two.
one's out of here and into the second deck.
3.
And there it is, his 3rd home run.
We're just hooking these.
Another
4.
home run. 3 minutes to go.
5. 6.
Goodbye. That's into the bullpen.
This one opposite field,
His
7.
3rd in a row.
Little short. That one was a monster shot. 433 to the second deck.
2 minutes remaining.
All right, running a bit low on energy. We'll call a timeout here, get some energy back.
Make it 9 home runs. Another home run.
Don't know what's going on with my internet right now.
His 3rd consecutive home run. Just 1 minute remaining. It's gone. Home run number 12. That one is out of here. His 13th home run. That's 3 in a row now. 4 in a row now. And that's
all right.
run.
So I do apologize. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now.
He finishes with a total of 16 home runs. And that will put him in to the championship round.
But we are in the championship round. I feel bad that no one's going to get to see it. Hopefully the connection quality clears up. I really don't know what's going on. I've never had this before, so I don't know how to fix it.
And here we go.
But we're in the finals. I'll play this out because I can't just stop it. And after this, if we still have connection issues, we'll just have to end the stream and restart. And we'll just have to go with audio only. We'll go ahead and fast forward to Jordan's at bat. So Wyatt Langford only hit 10 home runs in the finals. So far, we have hit 16 each round. And we only need 10 to win.
Challenger in this championship round, number 44, Jordan.
First one's 435 to the second deck, so that's a pretty good sign.
That one is gone. His 2nd home run.
There's
It's
3 so
outta
far.
here. Into the visitors' bullpen.
4.
Goodbye. That's into the bullpen. 3 minutes to go.
That one's a monster shot.
That's
418.
a home run. His 5th in the round. There's another
6.
one. Gone. His 6th home run. Yes,
Number
sir.
7.
That one is gone. 2 minutes remaining.
Number
That's
8.
gone. Home run number 8.
And I'll be shocked if we don't get it at this point.
A hat trick. 3 in a row.
It's shocking to me that we can't go to center field.
There's
We'll call a
number
timeout
10.
to get some more energy back. And I think that's going to do it. There's 11.
Out of here. Now
And there we go.
runs for him.
So Yordan Alvarez is the home run derby champion.
Your home run derby champion.
His longest home run was 443 feet.
Alvarez.
And there's our first home run champion. All right, so I know we're facing connection issues. So I am going to stop the stream and then hopefully try and figure out what's going on with the internet, and then I will be back. So apologize, but we'll be back soon.